And welcome back. Our next guest is she's a lawyer and the founder of Raeha Vision TV. And she joins us to highlight the content that she curates on her platform and speak about how she is educating, entertaining, and empowering a global community. Please welcome to the show, Raeha Kim. Raeha, welcome. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Nice to see you. You look like you're in a wonderful place.
Thank you. It's in Atlanta and it is a little hot in here, so
Oh, so
I
you're going
think
to
it's a
call it
good
Hotlanta.
yes, it's a good transition from New York, which is where I'm originally from. So yeah.
Ray, if you can describe yourself in one word, what would you say?
Unconventional.
Unconventional. There you go.
Unconventional. Yes.
Why is that?
I think there's all these stereotypes and kind of expectations of how we think someone's story would be or what path that they may walk based on,
Oh.
how we look. But I think, and where we come from, and my story is a little bit different.
Hmm.
And I just kind of just follow my inner voice and through prayer, just follow where God leads me. And I think that makes me an unconventional person who just kind of says, hey, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So
Yeah.
what's it going to be?
God is good,
Yeah, all the time.
and all the time,
That's right.
God is good. All right.
Absolutely.
What inspired Raeha Vision TV, and what is the goal for the platform?
Wow. Growing up at my mama's hair salon in Korea, I kind of had to grow up really quickly, and I grew up with other women in the neighborhood, and often working at my mom's hair salon and conversing. And I found refuge in cartoons and different shows that I would watch at the salon. And it's kind of what it was like my best friend. It's the contents and the talking with the neighborhood ladies. It's what fueled my heart, if that makes sense. And I think that's something that still continues to be the case for so many of us,
Yeah.
especially for many of us who grow up in single family homes, which, for me, I grew up away from my father for many years in Korea. And just kind of, I was a child that had to grow up really quickly. And I found a lot of comfort, encouragement, and just sense of feeling like I belonged and sense of feeling like I have um, some voices and faraway teachers and uncles and mamas and everybody from another mamas that I could learn from. So I just want to pass that on, and I think this is the time to do that more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that content is still some of the content you started out with.
Yes. I'm Korean American. I was born in Korea, and some of the content shows a lot about that aspect and the culture. And I spent most of my life in New York, even though I was born in Korea. I just celebrated my 33 years of coming to America,
All right.
my America moment, yes. And the content shows a lot of culture. We call it diversity. To me, it's just human, just the way we live, and just celebration through people, our
Uh
stories,
huh.
and food and fashion, different ways that we show up in life and how we connect through that. So, yeah.
I like the colors that you wear.
Thank you. I love colors. I love
Yeah.
something that pops.
Yeah. There you go. That's how you do it. Tell us about your curated events, which will also be televised, right?
Yes. So I my most recent event I did was actually in this garden in the backyard, and we were celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Pro Mozart Society of Atlanta.
Uh huh.
And that organization came to me for assistance because they really wanted to share the love of music and pass that on to the younger generation. And a lot of times when you listen to classical music, it doesn't seem always relevant to the many of the younger population.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be really cool to kind of bridge that gap and create an experience where we could all connect and talk about the love of music and have diverse international cuisines and really be intentional about the guests that we have in the room. And let's talk about it. It takes money to make things happen. So I was not shy about asking people, if you're really about the change, put your money where your mouth is. And
That's right.
and let's pass on the torch. So it was really cool to do that. And everybody loves to dress up. So
Yeah.
having a garden chic event, having a live violin performance, having caricature drawing, taking pictures in, nice fancy cars, all of that is great. So my approach is, I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna make you have a good time, but let's through the back
Yes. Yes.
really do
Yes.
what
Yes.
you do to uplift, empower, and educate. Yeah.
Now, how does the platform seek to entertain, educate, and empower global and diverse audiences, including the
So
cat that's walking across there?
I know I have my fur babies. They're my therapy animals.
He said, "Hey, you got to shine some light on me too."
I know. I know. So, we use this word global, and to me, as I've said before, it's just our human story. When I first came to America, June 1st, 1991, I
Yeah.
felt like I was at home. Everybody was different. Korean culture, everybody kind of follows the trend. We look the same. It's a very racially, ethnically homogenous place. And
Yeah.
coming to New York City, everybody's different. And I think that represents the world.
Yeah.
And now we're doing way better than we used to, but still, we don't see many of us that are represented. And even my story, now we're seeing a lot more Asians on TV, but we've been here for over 100 years, but that's not the story that's really told. So I think way to empower the global community is really through doing local action, just like what you're doing, Dr. Lee. And I'm just following through the footsteps. What I'm doing is nothing new.
Yeah.
It's the spin that I'm putting to it. Everything's and it's really hard to be creative, but put your little sazon, put your little flavor onto it and to make it pop in a way that resonates. And when you speak from your heart and
Yeah.
really lead that, I think people feel that. And when you have that connection, people are like, well, let me check out what's going to happen in this episode. Let me check out what this content is about.
Uh,
And I want it to be so authentic. And what's more authentic than seeing people from all over the world have a good time and talk about, like, have real talks, real conversations over a good drink, good food, good music. And that's what life is all about.
yeah. I know you know how to identify with audiences. I can feel you and I can hear you, and I love it. It's right there, right on point. Where do you see your platform within the next few years, maybe 5 years out?
Wow. I want to really be intentional about making it into a digital network platform. And I want it to be such a way that we're really able to collaborate with other content creators, like the young generation. I'm very passionate about the younger generation. So even the animes and really content creation to provide a platform, but also fuel entrepreneurship opportunities to other youth in other continents and other countries. And that's where I really want to be, and obviously make lots of money so I can do that. And I'm just figuring it out as I go. I'm learning a lot, and God has been so good, sending me a lot of
Yeah.
earthly angels that are opening doors and paving the way for me. So I haven't put a dollar, but it's gonna have to rain a
Yeah.
lot with some
There you go.
diamonds. Make that
Rhea,
happen.
go ahead and make that money and then come to New York and share it with us, okay?
Oh yes, absolutely. Big Apple is always gonna be my home. Yeah.
Well, you've been to New York, so you know where to go. You know where to spend some of it.
My dad used to have a little grocery store on the last stop on number 5, Dyer Avenue. So I spent a lot of my childhood in the Bronx too. So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful. Excellent.
absolutely.
Are you coming out to New York anytime soon?
Actually, yes. So I'm working on a project with a notable international designer, and actually these are his frames. Kazako Lunet is the brand, and we have been invited to the New York Fashion Week. So
All
I
right.
will be very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, give us a call when you come to New York. Maybe you can come into the studio live.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love
Yeah.
that.
Our producer, Steve, you hear that? When Rhea comes to New York, maybe you can hook her up. Let her come into the studio live. She can bring the glasses and some of the stuff that you're promoting.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You got it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Do you have any business partners you would like to acknowledge other than the wonderful people who gave you the glasses?
Um, yes. Well, the glasses, the brand is called Kazuko Luna, and it's an international fashion designing brand, starting with glasses and full apparel line. And I'm
Yeah.
very intentional about creating amazing content with Kazuko. And also, my publicist, Olivia, I want to thank because she's just been so wonderful. And I wouldn't call anyone my business partners because that's a heavy word. You
Yeah.
don't say that easily, but there's been a lot of supporters and people that have believed in me. My mentor, Raymond Whiteman, I call him Uncle Ray. He's was one of the top 10 most influential black men in Wall Street in the early 90s. And we kind of go way back.
Yeah.
And he's always believed in me. So I want to give a shout out to Ray. And my other mentor, Gil Benjamin, who was here, but originally from Queens, where that was my first home, Woodside, Queens. And he's been doing amazing work.
Yeah.
He was a former chairman of Greater Atlanta, Girl Scouts of Atlanta, and actually owns a school called Primrose and always giving back to the younger children. And to all the other mamas and papas that have been there for me and continue to be there for me, and especially many that are up there with daddy upstairs, that's how I call him.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. Just, I think it's one of my favorite African proverbs is if you want to go fast, go by yourself. And if you want to go far, go with others.
All
And
right.
every day I think about that. A seven-time Emmy-winning journalist, Maynard Eaton. This gentleman just passed, and he used to teach at Clark Atlanta University. Invited me to be in his media class and share a few words with the students. And he has believed in me, this man. And want to give a shout out to him. There's the list just goes on and on. The amazing entertainment attorney that put me on platforms where I kind of got in the room and felt like, well, I didn't graduate from Ivy League. I don't know how I got here, but they made sure that I was there. So all of them, just want
Yeah.
to give a shout out. Yeah.
Wow. Yes. I know they're all proud of you, especially
Oh,
Dad above is looking down. He's very proud of you too. Yes. I, I
thank you.
also I love that background there. You said that was a garden.
Yes, it's a garden. It's about an acre space, and I'm very intentional about this space because this is where we're going to be shooting a lot of the content, and this is just the
Yes.
outdoor component. So we kind of have that soulful vibe. Up there, there's little waterfalls, and inside, I have little sets here too. So that was my little strategy, and how can I be very entrepreneurial about it? Write off some things and have total control of where I can
Yeah.
film some of my content. So this is my home garden slash studio
Yeah. Beautiful. I
office.
mean, it makes you feel so relaxed.
That's it. And I
Yeah.
think peace is what we really need. And happiness is so instantaneous. But when we feel peace, then we start to feel joy. And my goal is anyone that comes through this place, I want them to leave feeling very peaceful and just having that joy and feeling blessed. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. Melodic. One of the I don't know, one of the outstanding words in the English dictionary.
Right. Wow, that's
Thank you.
that's a good one. The former ESL student in me, I love learning new languages, and I never
Yes.
thought of anything to be melodic here. Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you.
Yes. Ah, it's wonderful. Thank you. I feel so relaxed talking to you too. I can feel your heart. I feel your love. But give us your information, Facebook and all that stuff, social media.
Yep. It's RaehaVisionTV.com. That's the website, and everything is my personal Raeha Kim in every platform from LinkedIn to Facebook to Instagram. The only thing is Twitter. It's Raeha space Kim, Kim as in Michael. That's it.
Raeha, thank you so much. Raeha Kim, Esquire, founder, Raeha TV, Raeha Vision TV. Thank you. We love you and appreciate you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. We'll take a quick break. I've got more coming up next on Open.